Gladden stared at the bright blue screen for several seconds before starting. It was an exercise he routinely followed to help clear his mind of the pressures and the hatred, but this time it was hard. He was full of rage. He shook it off and pulled the computer into his lap. He cleared the screen and rolled the ball with his thumb until the arrow moved from the terminal to window on the screen and then stopped on the terminal icon. He clicked the Enter button and then chose the program he wanted. He clicked on Dial and then waited a while, listening to the harsh screech of the computer's uplink. It was like a birth, he thought, every time. The horrible screech of the newly born. After the connection was complete, the welcome template appeared on the screen. Welcome to the PTL Club. After a few seconds, the screen moved up, and there was a coded prompt for Gladden's first password. He entered the letters, waited while they were acknowledged, then entered the second password when he got the prompt. In a moment, his entry was approved and the warning template appeared on the screen. Praise the Lord. Rules of the road. 1. Never use a real name. 2. Never provide systems numbers to acquaintances. 3. Never agree to meet another user. 4. Be aware that other users may be foreign bodies. 5. SysOp reserves the right to delete any user. 6. Message boards may not be used for discussion of any illegal activities. This is forbidden. 7. PTL network is not responsible for content. 8. Press any key to continue. Gladden pressed Enter, and the computer informed him he had a private message waiting to be read. He lightly touched the appropriate keys, and the message from the systems operator filled the top half of the laptop's screen. Thanks for the warning. Hope all is well, and most sorry to hear you in harm's way. All is well on this end. If you're hearing this, then I assume you are out and about. Bravo. Good luck, and stay in touch with yourself and others. Gladden typed in an R and hit Enter, and a reply message template appeared on the screen. He typed out a message to the sender of the first message. Not to worry about me. All is taken care of. Yours truly is now out and about. That done, Gladden typed in commands so that he could move to the main bulletin board directory. Finally, the screen filled with the directory of message boards. Each board was listed with the number of active messages available to be read. 1. General Forum, 89 messages. 2. B+9, 46. 3. B-9, 23. 4. G+9, 12. 5. G-9, 6. 6. All fair, 51. 7. Musings and whinings, 76. 8. Legal beagles, 24. 9. Services by city, 56. And 10. Barterboard, 91. He quickly typed in the necessary commands to move to the Musings and Whinings board. It was one of the most popular boards. He'd already read through most of the files and had contributed a few himself. The writers were all ranting about how life was unfair to them, how maybe in a different time their tastes and instincts would be accepted as normal. It was more whining than musing, Gladden had always thought. He called up the file marked Eidolon and began reading. I think they'll know about me soon. My time in the light of public fascination and fear is near. I'm ready. Each one of my kind eventually assumes the mantle. Anonymity will be lost. I will be given a name, a designation not reflective of who I am, nor of my many skills, but simply determined by its ability to fit nicely into a tabloid newspaper headline and stimulate the masses to thoughts of fear. We study what we fear. Fear sells newspapers and television shows. Soon it will be my turn to sell. I'll be hunted soon, and I will be notorious. But they won't find me. Never. That's what they won't realize. That I will have always been ready for them. I've decided it's time to tell my story. I want to tell it. I will input all that I have, all that I am. Through these laptop windows, you will see me live and die. My laptop Boswell makes no judgments, cringes not at a single word. Better to hear my confession than laptop Boswell. More accurate a biographer than laptop Boswell. I'll begin to tell you all now. Turn on your flashlights. I will live and die here in the dark. Man is sometimes extraordinarily, passionately in love with suffering. I didn't write that first, but I wish I had. It doesn't matter, because I believe it. My suffering is my passion, my religion. It never leaves me. It guides me. It is me. I can see that now. I think what is meant by those words is that our pain is the pathway upon which we make our life's travels and choices. It paves the way, so to speak, for all that we do and become. Therefore, we embrace it. We study it, and for all its harshness, we love it. We have no choice. I have a great feeling of clarity about this, of complete understanding. I can turn and look back on my path and see how the pain made all my choices. I can look forward and can see where it will take me. I don't really walk along the path anymore. It moves beneath me, carrying me like a great ribbon through time. It carried me here. My pain is the rock upon which I make my stand. I am the perpetrator, the eidolon. True identity is pain. My pain. Until death do we part. Drive safely, dear friends. He read it again and felt deeply moved by it. It touched his true heart. He went back to the main menu and switched into the barter board to see if there were any new customers. There weren't. He typed the G command for goodbye. He then turned off the computer and folded it closed. Gladden wished the cops hadn't taken his camera. He couldn't risk going to claim it, and he could barely afford to buy another one with all the money he had left. But he knew that without a camera he couldn't fill his orders, and there would be no more money. The anger building inside him felt like razors moving through his blood, cutting him from inside. He decided to wire money out from Florida, then go shopping for another camera. He went to the window and looked out at cars slowly moving along Sunset. It was an endless moving parking lot. All that smoking steel, he thought, all that flesh. Where was it going? He wondered how many of them in those cars were like himself. How many had the urges? How many felt the razors? How many had the courage to follow through? Again, the anger pushed through his thoughts. It was something palpable inside him now, a black flower spreading its petals in his throat, choking him. He went to the phone and dialed the number Krasner had given him. Sweetser picked up after 4 rings. Busy. Sweetser? Who's this? It's me. How are the kids? Who is this? His instincts told Gladden not to keep talking, to hang up, not to deal with their kind. But he was so curious. You have my camera. Mr. Brisbane, how are you? Fine, Detective, thank you. Yes, we have your camera and you're entitled to have that back since you're required to make a living. Do you want to make an appointment to pick it up? I'll have to think about that. Well, it looks like a nice camera. I'm not sure how it works, but I wouldn't mind having it. It's here if you want. Fuck you, Sweetser. Look, Brisbane, I was doing my job. If you got a problem with that, come see me and we'll do something about it. If you want your fucking camera, then you can come and get that too. But I'm not going to say on the line while you're a kid, Sweetser. What did you say? You heard me. Are you threatening my family, you motherfucking son of a bitch?